The lights, there's a little bit of dew around because of humidity. The ball actually nips around a little bit more. He's a quality player, is the Bangladesh captain. An average of 36, a best of 158. I think the key here for Bangladesh is not to set those sights too high on 300 plus. Maybe 250, 260 will be enough. Litan Kumar Das. It's the strike rate that's very impressive here from the wicketkeeper batter. Just under 90.
Well, you said it right. It's well poised, almost same distance all across. If you see around 66, 64 meters of boundaries. In its, actually, I'll take the cue from you saying that they've been bowling and with a big margin that they already earned themselves a victory, a record victory in the test match against Afghanistan for 546 runs. That's a big margin. So yeah, they'll be back.
That one just pushed in. So Bangladesh are off and running. India, Javagal Srinath. Good area.
Yeah, they have to do this thing right. They must have learned their lesson of Afghanistan, and they know that if they want to capitalize on the conditions.
Suggesting to the opposition that you're going to make early inroads. The key here, you've mentioned already, is lengths. Is when there is moisture in the surface, you don't want to be back of a length short because there's often not a lot of pace in it. Let's not be surprised if we see the ball pitched up quite a bit, encouraging Bangladesh to drive at the ball. Bowled. Burst onto the scene. I say burst onto the scene. The first time I saw Faisal Farooqi bowl was actually at the 2018 Under-19 World Cup in South Africa. He terrorized some of those young men. He got the ball to swing both ways. Safi, the 56th man to represent Afghanistan in a one-day international, and here he is. He starts in not the ideal fashion.
Stretching his arms and trying to get his line and length right. He has to come back strong and quite fast if he wants to make an impact. So the bowling cage has been quite a juicy half volley turning into a beautiful drive shot. That's a very good looking shot.
Now, things don't generally get easier here for the man on debut. Couple of wides. Now a half volley. Better.
Getting there. Slowly, steadily. It's already been a big over for Mohammad Salim Safi on his debut.
And he's just pushed it across the left-hander. Nerves. Can't feel your feet in your debut.
So it's just the nerves, I believe. And I hope that he starts find his rhythm as fast as he can, because Afghanistan cannot just allow Bangladesh to go away with that.
Get the odd one through. And then 100 in each innings in the test match against this opposition. So he is in fine form. Not entrusted with the new one today.
So I will want to bring in Salim Safi for the fact that he has got more pace than Azmatullah Omarzai. And that's right that Azmatullah Omarzai has got good outswing and inswing. His natural delivery is the outswingers that he bowl, which will nip back into Tamim Iqbal. And we remember in the previous times they met in the one day, he was 2 times got out LBW, but well, get the boost and the strength in his morale.
Options. They do have options, Afghanistan. What is important, though, is that their three seamers do a good job, because they know and they can trust what their spinners do. Their superstars in Nabi and Mujib and Rashid Khan, of course. The captain knows that he can tidy up those middle overs. They can bowl deep into the innings with the bat. Not only for Afghanistan, but also with his franchise teams that he's played with around the world. He is a dangerous player, Rashid Khan. Mujib, Faisal Haq Faruqi, and the debutant Mohammad Salim Safi. Ramit Shah bowls the odd. You bring up a very good point there. I mean, we don't know, but his domestic side that he bowls to week in and week out might just be full of right-handers. Here in the Afghan national cricket side,
The thing is, you do not want to give such good comeback to the bowlers, and they can come back strong at you and probably take wickets. So what Bangladesh needs to do is to make sure they keep rotating the strike and do not allow a bowler find their way through a batter. Because the more dot balls you play, you can set the batsman up no matter what the
amount of grass on the surface, though, that this batting innings, my surface looks as though there's plenty in it for the bowlers up front.
It's fine margins.
Wasn't middled at all, so they'll get two.
So it's fine margins. It's hard to tell what's seen your options going for the risky shots, but you know what reward is there behind taking those risky shots and taking those risks.
Oh, that's gone over the top of the stumps. Over the top of the stumps. There's a big appeal from behind by Ramanullah Gurbaz, and it appears as though he wants to have a chat with the captain. They're going to have to make a decision. Just timed away. So there was a little bit of indecision on whether to go upstairs or not for this final. Around the wicket, right-hand combination. But you've got Litton Das, who stands outside his crease, and you've got Tamim Iqbal, who stands within his crease. So your length has to change as a bowler as well. Not only your line because it's left-hand, right-hander, but your length because of where they're standing.
Yeah, and some batters enjoy the pace to the boundaries. Litton hasn't been very comfortable. It's been the second occasion that you get to see ball and dislodge the stumps with, but not getting it right this time around. Already 12 extras. You don't want to look at that. If you are an Afghanistan coach, no. Bangladesh 24.
Here in Bangladesh, so there is plenty of rain around.
If I'm a cricket fan, I don't want to hear rain coming around. I want a full 100
off the bat over the course of the first two test matches. And they 2-0 down. And the reason behind it, is that England have had more extras accumulated. Saying this was going over the top.